couple minutes late today, so that's good. If I can reach the button. There we go. Now we have light. Fix our chat. And I think it's time. I think it's time we do this one girl that I've been wanting to do. I don't know if I want to do her or where's the other one? Not him. Not him. Not her, though she is really cool. I enjoyed doing her very much. Do I want to do this one or the other one? I think we'll go with this one because I've done 2 clown pictures in a row now. There's just a lot of different options for this one, things that I could do. I think it's going to be quite fun. I am going to start, not with that one. I think I'm going to start by putting my birds for a nap because they're going to start screaming their little heads off. There we go. Sorry about that. They really are like small children. I mean, it's just the way life goes. Trying to decide how to go about that. I do apologize for the weird light thing. I don't know why it's been doing that. I've tried a couple of different things to get it to knock it off, but sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate, and we just kind of have to go along dealing with it, right? There we go. Excuse me. My house is very, very dusty right now. We just turned the heater on for the first time this year. And the process of cleaning the pilot light and everything beforehand kicks up a ton of dust. So if I do a lot of sniffling and coughing, please work with me. Oh, this guy is so cool. A runaway pencil. We're off to a really good start, aren't we? Thankfully, I usually have a couple versions of every color, and I don't have to just go chase down that pencil just yet. Kind of loving on this guy because he is so cool and creepy looking. And I'm not going to leave him this bright, bright green. I am going to go back over it with another shade. I forgot to turn off turn on do not disturb. And I knocked over my... We're just batting 1,000 here, aren't we? You might actually hear my blind cat throwing a fit in the background. He thinks we have to give him extra treats every so often, but he is also overweight, so we're trying not to make that worse. But it's hard not to spoil the animal you feel very bad for because he wasn't born blind, and I see what my problem is now. Ooh, maybe not. Trying to balance my tripod She's not being very cooperative. Really? I do apologize, guys. My tripod has decided she needs to be all of the difficult. There we go. A little catty cornered there, but we got it. All right. I do apologize. I know you're crooked, but my tripod doesn't want to cooperate today. I don't think anybody needs an extreme close-up of the picture. There we go. Sometimes things just don't go the way you planned for them to go. You can either get upset or you can figure out how to make it work. I am a huge fan of just figuring out how to make it work. So I'm just not a throw fits person. I know what I'm looking for, I just have to find it. One of these days I will get in here and organize these pencils. Today is just not the day. And I don't plan on this making a huge difference in the color. We just want to bring him down out of the I glow in the dark stratosphere into the I am a creepy face on a lady's chest. If that makes any sense. I'm a huge fan of color layering. It kind of creates colors you don't find easily. And this is just a very light kind of gold tan over top of a very, very bright green. And it is definitely creating exactly the color I had in mind. And then we're going to just... He doesn't look like a pearly whites kind of guy to me. One thing we are going to do is just give these eyes a greenish cast. It's not a huge difference, but it's a difference. And I'm very happy with how it's going so far. Let's see. I think let's see. I want like a dark red for her eyes. I've only done green eyes for some reason the past couple of times. Well, that just upped her creepy factor, didn't it? And then, of course, she needs pupils because I'm not dealing with you today. I know I have another black in here somewhere. It does exist. I know it exists. I used it yesterday. I'm really not great with eyes. Ooh, but that worked. There we go. Don't know why my live is suddenly trying to get me to do like Q&A stickers and things like that. There we go. Actually, we're gonna use this and just give her an eyeliner better than I could ever draw on myself because I am not a makeup person. Well, that works. This is the way I mess myself up because I do one eye perfect and then the other not so much. I don't know how some people do it. Even like my daughter. My daughter can do some perfect, crazy eyeliners. I just don't wear enough makeup to be really that good at it. I'm not making this better. I think I'll stop there. I do want to just soften this out a bit though. I think that might be what it needed, just a really light touch. There we go. That's a bit better. A little creepy is okay. Really bad eyeliner is not. Let's see. We are going to go for my nice, standard, ridiculously pale. We want her to exist, but just barely. Hello, love. How we doing today? You missed the crazy fun stuff of me knocking my tripod over again and that kind of craziness. I just noticed something. She has this odd little spot here. Oh, that's definitely cool. I'm happy with that. I really don't make things like that. I might color a picture of one or carve a real pumpkin, but I don't make them very well. And I don't do a lot of seasonal stuff usually, but this is fun. I just happened to come across a kind of spooky, but fun and different coloring book, so I decided to grab it. I am not usually a big supporter of AI art, but I am loving this book. There's a couple of pages in it that do bother me because they're not, it's hard to understand what they're actually supposed to be. And one is a wizard with no arms whatsoever. But, like, let's see if I can find this guy. Like this guy. He's missing something. but it's just part of it. Now I'm just kind of going through and doing the parts that are easily recognizable as hair and the same red shade. There we go. Some stuff kind of looks like it might be hair, but it's hard to tell for sure. I do kind of love the spooky creatures in the whole look. Let's see. We're going to go for a nice gold on this headpiece. At least I think it's a headpiece. My guess is it could actually be supposed to be part of her head, but it looks like a piece to me, so that's what we're going to treat it as. Because it isn't drawn by somebody with a definite intent, it kind of blends in quite a bit, so it's kind of figuring out where the parts go. And I am very apologetic that I was a little bit late today, but we have been winter prepping the house. I know we're not into winter yet, but it's better to be ahead of the game than behind it, especially when your partner is gone for a month at a time. And we're coming down most time for him to head back out to work, so we try to make it at least a little bit ahead of schedule so that we don't have need for things and he's not home to help me get them set up. Like, for example, cleaning the pilot light on the heater and all of that fun and exciting stuff. And he's going to be taking a look at my brakes on my car, which is super fun and exciting. But I drive about an hour to work every day, so it does help. Let's see. I don't know that I'm going to do a crazy long one today because I still have a lot to get done. I'm not sure what these guys are supposed to be, but they kind of look like a cross between a skull and a bug, which is definitely kind of neat. There we go. So I hope you've had a good week. Mine feels like it's been short. But that's just because I did have the day where I couldn't do any content because I had to work. Thank you. I kind of love the creepy red eyes. I don't know why I haven't done that much, but I am well aware that adding bright orange is a weird thing, but I feel like it kind of belongs. And I needed to brighten it up a little bit. I don't want to stay too dark. And in all reality, I didn't draw it, but it is technically my picture. I did pay for it. trying to decide if I want to go with seasonal themed. Oh, excuse me. Seasonal themed, or what type of deal I want to go for with my next set, because I'm only doing this, I think, through October. Oh, that's better. I think we're going to go just a little hint inside the mouth on each, or what I'm assuming is mouth, just to give them a little bit of contrast. Trying to figure out what color some of this stuff should be is actually interesting. I can't decide if this looks like flames or spider webs, so we're going to go in somewhere in between. Maybe they're flaming spider webs, who knows. All right. I couldn't do a picture with no blue in it, could I? Very me. I gotta find ways to incorporate blue somewhere. It's just who I am. It is my all-time favorite color. I've been looking forward to doing this particular picture since I got the book. I had so many different ideas running through my head for it, so I am definitely enjoying the idea of finally getting to do it. I got kind of stuck on the clown theme for a couple of days there, which is definitely not, I don't want to do all one type of picture. We'll definitely do one of our skulls, because there are definitely some really cool ones like that. Like, now this is going to be definitely one we do, but like this, I think this is so cool, and it will definitely be done probably next week. So this will be my last live of the week. I do have to work, and I may not make it on Tuesday because I do have to run him to get a rental car. But we'll see what happens. We may be able to get that done early and still be back in time for me to do one of these. I don't know if this is supposed to be more of the same stuff, but we're going to treat it like it is. I think it's more just accents to the whole thing. I think I do want to just very, very lightly darken the shade on her lips, so it feels a little too bright for the rest of the picture. I messed that up, didn't I? A little better. Not perfect, but a little better. Let's do... interesting. Because we can. I'm a big fan of the because we can decisions. And this one had a nice defined area. This one I had to define it a little for myself. But that's all right. We'll make it work. Well, I've almost hit my minimum time I like to be on. Interesting. Not sure if this is supposed to be hair or a headpiece, but we're going to continue it as headpiece because it makes it a little more interesting. More of the light red. Let's see. I think we're going to use this on whatever this is over here. Because I want it not to stand out, but not to look like it was forgotten either. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's kind of unidentifiable. But that's okay. We'll give it a color. And then we have another unidentifiable thing on this side. We'll do the same thing. Create a little bit of balance. And then I want whatever these shrimpy looking things are to be yellow. I don't know if they're shrimp or like a centipede or what, but I feel like they need to stand out just a bit. I feel like if I mess with this anymore, it's going to actually mess it up. So I am going to go ahead and stop here. Sorry, this one is just a little bit of a shorter one. But as I said, I still have a ton of stuff to get done today. So we are going to go ahead and stop here. And I will be back on Monday. And I will talk to you guys next time.